WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of elevation, just passing the team over here might finish like bright future we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's SELHURST. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions, fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well, and we're back for another match preview. This time, Manchester United. Our game kicks off tomorrow at 5:30 under the lights, and fingers crossed we can have a repeat of last season. But hey, we'll get into it into further detail. Dan, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, all good. I've had a rest day today, so I've had a nice chill today, and now I'm here for business.
No, I respect it. JC, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, man, I am good. I am very, very happy that it's Friday. I'm very happy that it's the weekend now. And I've just come back from a lovely dinner. My stomach is bulging, big man. It's crazy. I went from a large to an XL. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I'm feeling good. Bring on the weekend.
Hey, yo, pause. Just in case.
It's fine, man. It's fine. It's all right. But this is gonna test my willpower this weekend. It will. Am I gonna spend the stupid amount of money to play FIFA a weekend early or not? I'm struggling. I'm struggling, but I'm good.
It's not called FIFA anymore.
Oh, shut up, man.
Oh, don't be a wokey.
He's getting subbed in for that. Look, you see how you had the top spot, and he did that. So he's back down there.
Go on, mate. Go post about it on X.
It's Twitter.
All right, guys, we're gonna show you a video clip now. Something that's very, very serious and very, very dear to our dear friend and editor and JC's wife's heart. It's about a young person called James who has unfortunately been a victim of knife crime. He is still with us, still alive at the moment, but this message is a very, very important message that we want to share to obviously #Stop Knife Crime.
This is a distressing topic, but it is something that needs to be spoken about and addressed. This is a real story about a real person, James Basco Smith.
On February 23rd, James Basco Smith was the victim of an unprovoked stabbing. He was clinically dead for over 50 minutes and suffered a hypoxic brain injury. James spent a total of 449 days in hospital, and this took its toll on his entire family. Despite the severity of his injuries, James has shown an incredible resilience and determination in his recovery journey.
His family started a page called Sit Up and Stand Up to Knife Crime, which details James's journey, raises awareness about knife crime, and highlights its devastating effects on people. The page serves as a platform for sharing stories, providing support to other victims, and advocating for stronger measures to combat knife crime.
In April 2024, James was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and is currently receiving chemotherapy for his condition. This diagnosis has added another layer of challenge to what's already been a very difficult journey for James in his battle against the cancer that he suffers from. But James has continued to fight with the same level of courage and strength that he has shown throughout his journey.
His mother Lisa will also be skydiving on September 22nd, and she's also started up a Just Giving page where donations will be given to the Teenage Cancer Trust. Her efforts are not only to support her son, but to also help other young people who are battling cancer.
James has a GoFundMe page that details his story and provides updates. His mother provides 24/7 care, and any donations to help the family support James will be greatly appreciated. The family has been funding James's needs but this is not financially sustainable. Contributions will help cover medical expenses, therapy, and other essential needs to improve James's quality of life.
Thank you for listening. Any help is appreciated. Please check the links in our bio to support James and his family. Stop knife crime.
So, guys, thanks for even listening to that. We are going to have that video posted out as a separate video in itself, and links are all in the video description as well. We do have Nurid in the back and also Nate. I just don't know if their cameras are, or just can I not see them?
No, I can't. I can see Nate.
Yo, Nate.
What up, boys?
Bandit.
Wait, do you get a new cabbie?
I think it's his phone, no?
It's looking sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, mine was looking dead because I can't figure out Look, I've got my webcam here. Can't figure out the driver for the laptop yet, so dead. Right, let's add Nuruddin. Let's see if he can hear us. Nuruddin. No, we can't. All right. To be fair, this is a new platform, so he's probably just getting used to this himself. And stuff. Once he's ready, we'll add him back in. Right. Man United, the poor lads. We haven't won a game yet. Granted, all four, I think 3 of the 4 games we've shown good glimpses. I think obviously the Leicester game, I think we were at our worst. But we've been able to start the front 3, 2 games running. How are you finding things this season, Nate? It's been a while since we've spoken to you, so.
I mean, I'm happy that I didn't buy into the hype of the end of last season where people thought we were going on a European tour. I was thinking, it's not happening. We lost a few key players to that. Obviously, we knew Elise was probably going to go. Anderson going was a bit of a shock, but at the same time, it is what it is. But I think some people are getting a bit too overreactionary. Yes, you would have looked at Brentford, West Ham, and Leicester and said to yourself, minimum 7 points from those games. Considering that Leicester are newly promoted, Brentford, you can maybe get a draw out of that, and West Ham we usually do well against. But I think we haven't been at it all since the start of the season. At the Chelsea game, we normally get slapped at Chelsea, so to get a point from that was no disgrace. But these things take time. It's near enough close to a new team at this point. There's there's a good few new faces that probably aren't familiar with playing for us. I've got to jump out for a sec, boys. I'll be back in a minute.
No doubt. And just on that, and regarding new faces, I'm going to actually touch on the team news. So as it stands, Chalobah won't be available tomorrow. He should be back in next week, and this is all based off the presser. França he's training with the squad. He's recovered quicker than expected. We now understand why he had those injuries. Congratulations to him and his partner or wife on their child.
All I'm saying, he did a madness because he had to get surgery on his groin, right?
Don't say anymore.
I think that's enough to say, but that's crazy.
Paris is definitely a romantic place. That's all I'll say.
A wild night in Paris.
A wild night indeed. So he's training with us, but he's on his way back. Obviously, Riyad's out, as we know, but Chet Decore is obviously the latest one. We knew he obviously picked up a knock against Leicester. It seems it's a tendon in his toe that has to heal. He will be out for several weeks. So not 7 weeks, as someone tweeted, unfortunately. 7 weeks or a couple of weeks he'll be out. And Adam Wharton is fully rested, which is great, and he's fully fit as well. So, just thoughts on that, Dan. Initial thoughts on players in and players out.
Well, I think it would have been nice to have Chalobah available for this game, just because obviously he brings a lot of Premier League experience. I think he could have come straight into the side, to be fair. And I think having him in a back three with Lacroix and Gay, I think would have been really nice. I'm obviously very glad to see França is almost back, my boy. And obviously I think with the attacking options as well, like it's not really gelled quite yet, especially on that right-hand side. So hopefully he can provide some competition for that place and, kind of give the players who are in that position maybe a bit of a kick up the backside just to kind of think, someone else could be taking my spot here. Riyadh, obviously, it's going to be a long time. And to be honest, I'm surprised. I'm kind of hoping that the reason why it's longer, because it was quite obvious he had an injury and that's why he came off at Leicester. Several weeks does sound like a long time, but then I'm kind of hoping that's just them overcompensating and just giving him more time than maybe is necessary, because obviously he has come back from quite a mad injury, really. So yeah.
No, absolutely. And on that note, JC, another thing Glasner said, just looking at he said quite a few things, but I want to specifically pick out this one. Daichi Kamada. He has said that he can play 4 positions. So 6, 10, and 8. So I mean, it's 3 positions as in
that's 3 positions.
Yeah, but I mean, with the 10, it's both 10s. That's what he was referring to and stuff. Thoughts on that, in a sense?
Glasner's a big fat liar. Kamada's clearly a very good player. He's very, very, very good in the number 10 position. I think we can all agree with that. Whenever he's played in that position, whenever he has moved from one position into that position, he's always changed his playing style. He's always looked a lot more threatening, a lot more confident on the ball, and a little bit more confident in general. Like he liked to take on his man. He liked to do the one touch passing. He'll start doing all these flicks and stuff. Granted, the flicks haven't really come off yet, but still, like the chemistry will build there. But he'll only get that chemistry if he's consistently playing in that number 10 position. However, we have seen Glasner try and flex him into that number 8 role. He did it at Norwich, didn't really work. He's tried doing it in the Premier League a few times, hasn't really worked. Even against QPR sometimes when he was dropping so deep to get the ball to try and pass it, to try and play the ball out from the back in that 6th position, it didn't really work out for him either. I think he's too lightweight. To be a 6, you really need to know how to tackle, turn, and hit a long pass instantly. I don't think he's got the gas in his boots to hit the ball, to hit a proper diag without like looping it, basically. So Kamada's a great player. He's still getting used to the Premier League. He's very lightweight, but he'll get there eventually. But I would only play him in the 10 position. I can't lie to you. I do think that Lerma better in that 8 position. Hughes better in that 8 position. Water better in that 8 position. Hell, even Mark in that 8 position. He's done it last season. I'd probably rather play him there. I think Kamada's speciality is close control, quick thinking, and that number 10 position would be his. I wouldn't play him anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Yo, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Yo, have you guys gone to the moon? I mean, I know that Palace have been doing all right from last season, but have you gone to the moon? What the blood murder she wrote is this? What am I on? You know what I mean? Why can't you lads just be on StreamYard? I'm here, taking me 10 minutes. What the hell is going on here?
I figured that was the issue. Right. Basically, StreamYard have bumped up their prices like crazily. Like, it's a madness, Nuruddin. So we've had to move on to... I mean, you look like you're on the moon at the moment, actually.
But I'm always on the moon.
So, yeah, we had to change the platform, unfortunately, just because of the price and stuff.
So what is this? Is this all right? How long have you been on here? Is it all right? What's this? It's live on YouTube? Yeah.
2 weeks? Yeah, still live on YouTube. About 2 weeks or so?
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still getting used to it, but we quite like it actually. Like when you press live, it automatically does your intro for you. When you click end, it automatically does your outro for you. So it's pretty handy.
Okay.
Pretty handy.
Fair play, but big up. I can
I'll
see
big up
already.
to you.
I can see already the confidence oozing from you boys on the screen. I see
Confidence?
the confidence. Oh, the confidence.
I'm not too sure, but let's talk about your start to the season. Obviously, Ineos have come in. I don't want to set you off, by the way. I do not want to set you off.
Don't take a lot, bro. You know this.
And you've had a mixed start to the season.
Mixed.
Go on, talk to us about it.
Listen, it's been obviously you heard the changes in it and everything. A lot of, there's always something in it with Manchester United. We are, we're going through this so-called change. 27% being bought out. Jim the Radcliffe, that's what we call him, innit? Because he gave the Glazers what they wanted. They never wanted to sell, so they wanted an investment, and he gave them what they needed. So, and now he's in control of the football operations. So for me, it's like, it's week by week, bro. It's week by week. No more excuses now. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
In terms of the mixer to the season, it's nothing that I'm not expected. We finished 8th last season. And for once, I thought that the table lied last season because our form was like bottom of the table football club. I mean, come on, you had like man like Matete setting R9 settings, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Step over and then bang. You know what I mean? Putting it on the roof. So at the end of the day, it's Manchester United are what Manchester United are. We are we're a comedy club, bro. We're a comedy club. We're banter FC. That's what we are. We and then among that, we've got a club that's built on a PR. Our whole football club's built on PR. And then what you have some of our fan base who are like meh, like sheep, who basically will tell you, you're too negative. You're just being when you tell the truth about what's going on and when you react to what you see with your own eyes, they tell you, you're too negative. Why can't you be happy? So we got like the toxic sexual, you know what I mean? The positive toxic sexuals, we call them, innit? The positive mare, the sheep. And then, so I'm battling them in terms of like on Twitter or on YouTube. And you know me, I keep it 100%, mate. One thing you know me about, Rich, I mean what I say what I mean, bro. That's how it is. And I don't do it no other way as well. That don't mean that I'm always going to be right. No. I'm never going to, no human being is ever going to be right about everything. But I just call it as I see it. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't put a nice little bit of sprinkle of like cinnamon. I don't. I call it as I see it. And I have it. And in this moment, this game, it's like a cup final for Manchester United fans. Trust me. This game, in terms of what the expectation is, because the story, there's so many plot and twists to this game, because we beat Barnsley 7-0. You know what I mean? Barnsley in League One. And a lot of people are gassed about that and telling us about Manchester United are back. And I'm like, so what are we back to? I see a lot of headlines. We're back. Back to what? What are we back to? What? Nobody can actually ever answer that question, but we're back. So I told you, we're a marketing team as a football club, and our fan base, I think half of them are in delusion with the marketing and go along with the marketing. So we're back. Back to what? Back to being inconsistent? Back to season 1? You know? What are we back to? So there are a lot of things, but in this game specifically, a lot of unanswered. 4-0 last season. We've not beaten you there since when? 2020, I think. You know what I mean? So the last 3 years, we took lickings. Actually, it was his first public appearance as a Manchester United manager. Bruno made that mistake. Was that 3 seasons ago?
Yeah, last game of the season, yeah.
Yeah, he beat us 1-0. And then, we draw, Elise, top corner, Bins, last minute, 1-1. Last season, it could have been 5 or 6. You know what I mean? But it was 4. And so at the end of the day, this game says everything. We won at Southampton, got busted at Liverpool, won Fulham. and then so we lost to 1-2, and then we were through to a cup, Carabao shitty cup that Manchester United fans keep telling me, but he won the Carabao Cup. Yeah, like that's what.
Tell you what, we'll take one of those. We will take one of those.
No, but that's not the
honestly.
standard, though, bro. Come on now. That's not the standard for Manchester United, though, is it? Be real. Let's be real. So at the end of the day, this game has a lot riding on it. A lot riding on this game. And
just quickly on that, Nuruddin, then.
Level expectations are high. But in
just quickly on that.
I'm not that confident.
Just quickly on that, you said that it's a massive game and your fan base is seeing it. Do you think the emotions of what happened to you last season in this fixture could work for you or against you tomorrow evening?
Well, it all depends on the 11 that start the game, innit? The 11 that cross the line, it's about them. It's about them. So whatever they want to do. So what the tactics has been, now that majority of teams have watched your team in it. So last season, we didn't know about Arsenal. We didn't, we could see that you were on fire. You were playing amazing. You were full of goals. And so, yeah, you guys were on the wave. You know what I mean? You were riding this wave. Now, second season syndrome is different because people found out about you. So it's about the prep. It's about Erik ten Hag, his tactics, and how well the players take on board and the way we're going to play. So it's up to them. In terms of the fan base, yeah, we're still traumatized from that, bro. Like I said, and that's why I said Matete was on R9 settings. I did a watch-along with Saeed. I'll be doing a watch-along against Saeed tomorrow. And for a lot of our fan base, for me, this is the type, if you get whipped by a team, by nature, in any sport, you always, if you got badly beaten by an opponent, you're like, when are we playing them again? You know what I mean? You want to correct the record. So for me, it can go against us. It's got to go for us because there's an opportunity for this manager, for the players, to go and correct the record. Because if it weren't the fans that were on the pitch that were playing, you know what I mean? I mean, some people might. We play like, it was like 11. The 11 that got on the pitch were like 11 strangers that I've ever played together, you know what I mean? It might as well have been 11 fans on that pitch. So at the end of the day, we'll find out. But that's the beauty of football, isn't it? If we're all alive, touch wood, we're all alive, 5:30 tomorrow. The whole world is dead.
No, indeed. JC, take us through some comments, mate.
Yeah, I've seen some names you haven't seen in a long time in here, man. Big up Chairman, big up Damo, big up Jackie, big up Red F, big up Matthew, big up Ron saying loving the intro. Trust me, we love it as well. The raps, they're not going anywhere, don't you worry. Spiritual, big up yourself. Francis back from Man United. No, he's nearly back, but he is making a good recovery, a lot faster than we all thought. Big up CL06. Big up Ree. Big up yourself, Yo-Yo. Sancho doing so well at Chelsea. Guess he wasn't a problem.
We'll speak about that in a minute, Nuruddin. Because I saw your reaction. I saw your reaction when he went.
He's not happy already.
He was not happy.
Someone we haven't seen in a long time. Big up Bernard Ray.
You like it? Got a lot of hair now.
Oh, sorry. Wrong one. That one. Spiritual, big up. Man, you still have not fired Ten Hag yet. No, do you think that Ten Hag's job's on the line this year or not? Oh, he's
telling someone off.
Alright, let's move fast. It's not even Burnley, it was Barnsley. Do you see someone, because Barnsley's thing is BAR, they say we just smashed Barcelona. Big up vibes. Yeah, that's about it. Nuruddin, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Talk to me.
This comment here. Do you think that this is a big season for Ten Hag? If he doesn't either get you maybe Champions League football or What's the expectation from him this season?
To me, it's never been about Champions League, innit? Because if you look at the last 12 years, we spent more time out of the Champions League than we've spent in the Champions League. So at the end of the day, it's about, for me, having a distinct style of play and playing football, good football. So that when we watch the game, when we're watching it on telly or Old Trafford, we can see this team's coached, properly coached. A well-coached team with a plan, with tactics, and his in-game management is good. He knows when to make the right substitutions, when tactically tweak it, when we're getting, overrun. So those are the things for me that are more important. For me, I always said about football, for me, like literally the song, we've seen it all. It's about me. It's about my generation. I've seen Manchester United lift every trophy there's been. And I've been fortunate enough to live in this city, not that far from Old Trafford, and celebrate majority of those, the Champions Leagues, the 13 league titles, the countless FA Cups, the doubles, the treble. You know what I mean? Like, I've never celebrated no Europa League because that was never even in my vocabulary, right? The only time I've ever been known to be out of the Champions was the Cup Winners' Cup when we won it in Rotterdam in 1991, right? So for me, that don't mean nothing to me. And I never celebrated a Coca-Cola Cup, a League Cup, whatever you want to call it, Carabao, Haribo, whatever you want to call it these days, right? I've never celebrated that in my life. I was not devastated when Liverpool beat us. I was not devastated. I wasn't celebrating when we beat Liverpool in that competition. I've never celebrated. So those are the things. I celebrate FA Cups, league titles, and Champions Leagues. But for me, it's about how you lose matters to me, right? If you lose, and Henderson if we lose tomorrow, yeah, Manchester United, Pepe, we hem you in. We're just unlucky on the day, right? And Henderson's put man of the match performance on here. Then I'll be out here defending Ten Hag and the team. I'm not everybody. I have a different view. Every fan has a different view to football. For me, I'm a believer playing good football, well-coached team that's prepared to play. I'm a believer when you get the sync with the energy, with the fan base comes, and then when you see that, players will want to come, quality players will want to come, and I believe challenging for the bigger trophies will take care of itself. But if you are just, if we get peppered by you tomorrow, yeah, and we just do what we were doing last season, sometimes at other grounds, do daylight robbery, where we sneak a win or sneak a draw. Nah. And if you get beat, for me, if you get beat and we're toothless and we don't have a shot on goal, we don't test Henderson. That's not football to me. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, these things matter. The way you play matters. And I'm a believer, I'm not asking for the manager to play worldly football straight away, but show me something to get behind and to build on. Show me something behind, right? Show me something with the players that you've got, like you know what you're doing. So the measurements are you improving players? Are you taking potential and making them the next step? There's all these different kind of measurements. Like I see somebody who's watched football for a long time, right? Intensely watched football and still to this day obsessed with watching football. I'm not going to be fooled by a Haribo Cup or a FA Cup win when you finished the worst in Premier League history. When you've got the record as a manager that's lost the most, and we've had 20 odd shots, like it was a regular last season, towards the end of last season, that was becoming a regular. We were having shots, and then we scored 57 goals, so we don't even score goals. So at the end of the day, all these other different things tells you, I want to be on a journey, and I'm not asking for the perfection. To me, if Kamada show me and these players show me something to get behind, if they show me something that I think they can build on, in football, there's only 3 results. You win, you lose, you draw. That's the reality. Only one team can win the league. Only one team can win the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? So for me, Champions League has never been, because we go in and out of it and it's not sustained. So I'm about building a team and a squad that can regularly challenge for a league title and challenge for the Champions League. Forget qualifying, like challenge in that trophy. Like, that is what I'm on about. So for me, if I want to see this manager, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see just quick hypes here and there, and then back to reality, back to life in that Soul to Soul, the greatest soul album, UK soul album ever done, man. Go and check it out, people. People are sleeping on Soul to Soul, Rich. It's my biggest.
No, they'll get to know. They'll get to know. Just quickly, Dan. How do we beat this United team? And this is obviously for those who haven't seen.
Sorry, Rich. I've got about another 15, 20 minutes, bro. I've got to go. I've got to go and do something.
Yeah, no problems, no problems. Then how do we beat this United side for those who haven't seen that team?
I think to some tactical up, just got to try and exploit the fact that they don't really defend. I think if we catch them on a transition, if we catch them on a counter, I think we can do that. And also as well, I think we will concede chances. We just got to either hope that our players are on their A game. Hopefully Henderson makes some good saves, or hopefully they just don't put the chances away. And that's how I think in a nutshell, that's basically how we can try and win tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Fairs. Right, because you got only like 10 minutes, Nolan, we'll do your combined 11, get your prediction, and then we'll let you go, bro, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, big up. Go ahead. I got 15 minutes, bro. I've got actually. You know what? Let me have a look. Yeah, I got 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right, Norden. So basically, what we do every year, we go through a combined 11. So you build the team all on your own, but there's only one caveat here. You have to have at least 3 Palace players or 3 Man United players in here. So you can't build a full United 11. You have to have at least 3 Palace players in here. So who would your goalkeeper be?
Henderson.
If you fill out the team, and then I'll just carry it on.
Henderson, I'll have to me our 2 centre halves because De Ligt. Obviously, I'll have De Ligt, and I think Gay's not had the best of start to the season. So I'll go with Martinez and De Ligt.
What are your fullbacks?
Mitchell, left back, because we don't actually have a left back at the moment.
And your right back?
Masraoui.
He's actually been decent.
Yeah, he's been the best player so far this season for us in terms of like in the defense and the way he's been playing.
What would your midfield 3 be?
My midfield 3 would be, you know what? I love the Corey, innit? Like, I'm a big fan. Is he fit tomorrow? Is he fit?
No.
No, he's out injured.
Okay. So we're picking players who are fit, yeah?
Any players.
Okay.
Yeah,
so if I perfectly beat the Corey, like the Corey to hold. So that completes my the rest of the players I'll be picking. So I'll be picking. I will pick Ugarte. Yeah, Ugarte, and then I'll pick Ugarte and Ericsson. That's what I'll pick. Ericsson.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then the 3 up front in the middle, it'll be Xerxes. Ahmad on the right. And then Rashford on the left.
You know you can put more than 3 Palace players in there if you want, right?
No. It's at 3. It's all good. I'll keep that. I'm happy with that. I don't rate Unana. At the moment, we don't have a left back, and Diego Dalot is playing like as a left back. So I'd rather have a left-footed naturally. And I think Mitchell he's way underrated. He's so underrated, and I'm shocked that England didn't take him to the Euros. I don't even know if does he play for England? Would he be?
Yeah.
He rarely gets picked.
Yeah. So I was shocked that he didn't. I love the Corey. Like I love the Corey. It's just a midfielder that I do love, and I think him and Ugarte and Eriksen, and Bruno, I'm done with him. I'm done with this guy who's a headless chicken, no position. I'm done with him. And he'll keep the ball, and I think he's had success. Eriksen's always plays well against Palace, in my eyes. And yeah, Ahmad, one of our best players this season. Xerxes needs to get more games and fit, and Rashford, because he's also scored winners there. So some of the players that I'm playing, they do well against Palace. When we've done well, those type of players have done well. So yeah, that's the reason why.
Mm-hmm. So the question here that I guess I'll put to the Palace contingent is: do we replace Rashford with Eze or Eriksen?
I would replace Eriksen with Eze.
Yeah, I wouldn't be replacing. I wouldn't be putting him on the left-hand side.
No, definitely replace Eriksen with either Wharton or Ebbs. Yeah,
because that was going to be my next question. Does Wharton get in front of Ugarte, bearing in mind he hasn't had a start in the Premier League yet?
it's a shout. It's a shout, but with how poor we've been, it wouldn't shock me if he dunks on us and gets his first start this season, because it's just our luck at the minute. I mean, look at it. What was it? Leicester hadn't scored the first half goals until they played us. Charity, what now? Yeah, we know what that is.
Because if that was the case, you'd set the team up like this.
By the way, I do rate Wharton and Eze, but I'm just thinking about Manchester United. That's what I was thinking about. But I do rate those. I definitely rate Eze, and I think Eze needs to play as a kind of behind the striker, or I think he's wasted on the left. I've never thought in a million years that Eze is like a left-sided player.
We don't have anyone to play on the left. That's the problem.
He's always been like one of the best dribblers centrally. A guy that can hit you, do some damage centrally.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. I'm going to go through the panel with this one because I think this will be a very interesting discussion.
By the way, generally, I want to know, how are you guys feeling? Like, I know Jamie always started the season like this. Listen, how are you all feeling? You must be buoyant that United are coming to town, and you smashed us 4-0 last season. Easy peasy, boys.
It's not going to be the same.
No,
it's not. No.
Why?
We're playing too slow, for starters.
Yeah, our team hasn't really started clicking. We've lost Michael Elise, so
that's one player.
Yeah, he's a world-class player. That's the difference. If you take any world-class player out of any team, the team falls apart.
It's the balance of it as well.
But Nketiah, I think Nketiah is going to do some damage.
Yeah, I've been happy with him. I've been very happy with him.
I genuinely do think Nketiah is going to do damage for you this season. And I think he's going to try and want to prove to people and say, you know what? I'm not just, no disrespect to Palace, but he's going to be like, I want to get back and go sign for a team, where Palace get proper money for him as well, where he wants to play in the Champions League and show Arsenal fans, dunk on Arsenal fans. That's his level of motivation for him. Like in a couple of years' time, if he gives you 2-3 seasons, because he's still young, right? He wants to go to a top Champions League team, basically.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Quite simply, when you make hard work of QPR in the cup, you know it's a problem. We made hard work of QPR away in the League Cup.
Yeah, but QPR are not crap though, are they? They're not like League One.
They played their second team. They didn't play their full strength team.
Exactly, and we played our first team. Eze, Star, Kamada, you name it, we played them. So you're looking at that thinking, bloody hell. Like it was not. We were away, but that's by the by. The fact is, we made hard work of a championship team. So you're thinking, bloody hell, this is dreadful.
Yeah, but to be fair, in the cups, right, it's about getting through to the next round, innit? Come on.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it is. But the warning signs were there because Brentford weren't on it. West Ham weren't on it. Chelsea got out of jail. And Leicester got away with murder with that offside call, in my opinion. So it's not like we can sit here and be like, oh, we're all right. We're looking at it going, we're actually awful.
I watched the
There's
Brentford.
so little to be happy about.
Game. That free kick for me, I can't believe that was like that would have been a goal of the one of the goals of the
No, that was BS. Don't get me wrong, that was BS. But you look at it, take that out of it. There was little to, and you're looking at it thinking, have we improved at all? Because Kamada's been slow off the boil, and granted, he's only come into the Premier League, so he needs a bit of time. But we know what Ismail Sarr can do. He used to rip up the Prem at Watford. So you're thinking, surely he should not have no issue acclimatizing. But I don't know.
Yeah, one thing I want to do quickly before Noreen goes, because obviously it's cut for time. I want to have this Adam Wharton, Kobe Mainoo discussion. Because for me personally, I think they're going to be England's 2 starting centre midfielders soon. Don't get me wrong, Angel Gomez came in and looked the business as well. So big up to him too. But JC, first things, we'll start with you. Wharton v Mainoo, they're going to bring that up tomorrow, 100%, and it's going to be a battle.
I would like to start this by saying they're 2 different kinds of players.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
One dribbles with the ball and takes people on, and the other is more of a looks for space, passes around, and does tackling. So first of all, they are both number 8s, number 6, a little bit different, really. Both of them are very good. I don't think that Mainoo's got the minerals that Wharton does when it comes to defending and tackling. But I don't think Wharton's got the same minerals that Mainoo has dribbling with the ball, for example. I think that they're just 2 completely different players. But because of that, you can't really say which one's better, just because they just play that slightly different role. Like, you'd have both of them in a midfield, really, wouldn't you? You'd have Wharton as the deep line playmaker. You'd have Mainoo as the one that sort of drives forwards with the ball, tries to make something happen. And then you'd probably put another midfielder in that, maybe, I don't know, a proper number 10, shadow striker, whatever. That would be a very nice midfield. But you can't really make a judgment on what is better. But because I'm a Palace fan, I will always hold some Palace bias over someone like Kobe Mainoo. So I would go with Adam Wharton purely because I feel like sometimes I have seen Mainoo in the tactic that we did. Like, even if you are a box-to-box midfielder, sometimes you actually do need to track back and make a tackle. And sometimes I've just seen him just coasting behind another player that's running with a ball. Whereas if he was like a Bellingham, he probably would have tried to get a challenge. And even though Bellingham plays as a number 10, he'd still try and help the team out or across the pitch. So maybe his laid-back attitude that he's got when playing, like, obviously it's nice to see he's got a lot of confidence, but maybe he needs to like big himself up a bit more, try a little bit harder sometimes. But we'll go by the fairest ranking of them all. Adam Wharton is a higher rated than Mainoo on FIFA. He's close, said and done.
Dan, you seem to agree with a lot of what JC said.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, I think because for me, like starting with Wharton, he's more like a Rodri type player or like a Busquets. Like, he gets the ball, he sets the tempo, he never loses. Like, he very rarely loses the ball. He controls the possession. If he needs to ping it out to space out wide, he'll do that. If he needs to break lines, he'll do that, and he'll do it from a deeper position. But I think Mainoo is like JC said, more comfortable running with the ball, and also, but I think he's a bit more advanced than. I wouldn't say he's not like an attacking mid, obviously, but like he's definitely a lot more advanced than Wharton. So I think, to be honest, I think the debate just stems that they're both 2 young England international midfielders. So I think that's exactly where it comes from, and I think that's where the comparisons really kind of end.
I think that they'll both work in a midfield together. I feel like that's very important as well.
Yeah,
a midfield 2 of those 2, and then maybe, like I said, maybe in a shadow striker, maybe if you wanted, Wharton, Mainoo, Bellingham. That's great, no?
Well, yeah, exactly. And I think, and to be honest, I think if you have both of them in the midfield, I don't think you're losing the ball anytime soon, to be honest. So,
You control lots of games, you control the tempo. And you
but
make
yeah,
chances.
but as a Palace fan and as a guy who's following Adam Wharton when he was at Blackburn, obviously I'm going to pick him just to say that I picked him.
Cool. Just to change tact a bit then. Nuruddin, you'll know this a bit better. I think personally for Manu, I think he has too much to do in the midfield. Do you think I don't know if that's probably my mark. The arrival of Ugarte is going to really help him there.
Well, so let me just take this back, right? Just quickly, right? So, best onto the scene, like he's a fantastic player. He was part of that youth winning team. You know what I mean? A couple of years back with Garnacho. So him and Garnacho were the two to break through. He did that. He then in the preseason, not the season before, he got that injury against Real Madrid. Somebody fell on his ankle, so he would have decided. So he's thrown into a midfield and understand the difference. Yeah, Palace, in terms of stable, differently than Manchester United. There's a different level of stability. Wharton had more game time. How old is Wharton, by the way? He's had more. He's
not long term 21.
Yeah. So, but he's had more years of like being in the championship and stuff like that. For me, he's fantastic, and that's why I was like, Southgate is dead food. He is horrendous. Mitchell and Wharton, two players that should have. If you wanted to look at the end of the season last season, if you wanted to look at the players that were on form, Wharton, like, what's the point of taking him if you just not want to play him one even game? Like, start him in a game. So let me just say this first of all. Kobe Manu is not a number 6. He's never been a number 6. He's not a number 6. He might have been in the youth team, but not in men's football. Not in elite level. He's not. He doesn't have the awareness or the positionality to be a number 6 yet, right? 100% agree. Two different type of players. I think Kobe as a number 8, Wharton as a number 6. I think they could play together all day, every day. So Kobe has this incredible rise, and you know what happens when you're a Manchester United player, yeah? I mean, you know the difference. Everybody's like, and all of that hype. So at the end of the day, I think Kobe's done incredibly well. But if you looked at our midfield, our manager does 3-1-6, like 3-1-6 BS thing on the build-up. When he gets the ball, if you've ever watched our Liverpool game, when he gets the ball, everybody runs away from it. Anybody who's in midfield, whether it's Casemiro, whether it's him, everybody runs away. Everybody runs away. That's why that. So you can't really judge him in terms of when you said, sorry, I forgot your name, bro. What you said about him running back, right? Manchester United, because of the manager, the tactics of our manager, that is all it is. That's what we do. We're either running, when we got the ball, everybody running away, or when somebody robs the ball of our midfielders, we're all running back. So he does too much running. He's fatigued emotionally, mentally, especially with young players. You bring them in, you take them out. Remember Fergie, Pep do it. The best managers, they bring them in, get them quite a bit of games, then take them out, then bring them back in. So Kobe has been a guy who started and played every minute since he came back and played against Everton after his injury last season. So at the end of the day, I would like Kobe to take a back seat. I actually would like him to go and do more gym work to get a bit stronger. And I would like him actually to watch somebody, a developmental coach, to go through his games and to actually coach him in a different way. But Wharton, I think Wharton has got something. Same, Kobe on the ball has got something you can't coach, like receiving it on the front foot, back foot. So in terms of the technical ability of the players, they're actually quite similar. Wharton, for me, is more of a in his way there than Kobe at this moment in time, because he's playing more in a stable. He's used to playing stable football. He plays in a Palace team that's a bit more stable, and that where your manager does not vacate midfield. Our manager vacates midfield and makes our midfielders look worse than they are. So there's a difference. It's you can't really judge Kobe on Ten Hag's tactics. You can't. Honestly, you cannot. And that's the problem that I have. But Wharton, for me, I'm a huge fan. And I hope and pray and wish that one day, hopefully, he'll be able to come to Manchester United. Because I'd rather not him go to Man City or go to Liverpool or go to Arsenal or any of these teams. I think he will be loved by Old Trafford. Like, the crowd would love him, because what I love about him, the effort. When a player makes playing in position look easy, that's when you know players. When it's effortless, like when I see him sometimes, I feel like he's playing it's like he's having a kick about in his local park with his friends. Do you know what I mean? It's so effortless. It's like, bam, getting it, one touch, move it, pass it, going into a different position. Like, the level of technical ability at that age, or the age of 21, to be able to play in that position is amazing for me. And yeah, his ceiling to get a lot better. And to me, England were crying out for a player like him, and England were crying out for a proper left back like Mitchell. And I just, honestly, to me, it's still in my head. I'm like, what the F was that? The balance those two players would have brought to England from game one would have been different. Kobe's not a number 6. He's not. He's just a very good player who can receive the ball in anywhere on the football pitch. But people just want to shoehorn him into those areas. He's not. He hasn't learned. He's not been developed or coached in a way to have the levels of awareness that you need to play in as a number 6.
Fairs. You know what, Nordin, whilst you're there, what's your score prediction before you go, bro?
Well, I expect, you know what, 1-1. 1-1. I don't know why. A draw keeps coming back to my head. 2-2 or 1-1. That's what's coming back to my head. I'm not going to be coming here because I don't get gassed about League One, Barnsley. I don't get gassed, like, you know what I mean? But what I would like to happen, I would like to give you 5. I would like to give you a slap for giving us 4 last. That's what I would like to do. You know what I mean? If I'm on that pitch, you know what I mean? I'm dying. I'm coming off that. I'm not. You know what? You'll have to like put me out. Like, that's what I want. I want to get sweet revenge, and so I can come back on here on a match reaction, and I'll be like, yeah, Palace, what you saying? Like, yeah, what's happening now? What's going on? You know what I mean? But I know that your crowd, the fact that the floodlights will be on, the atmosphere is different. I've been to Crystal Palace. I've been there, man. As a young kid, I've sneaked in. I've jumped over back in the day. I'm getting on the coach with no ticket. You know what I mean? If you know, you know, back in the day. So for me, the tightness of that ground, the tightness of that pitch, the atmosphere that creates. If you score first, we will do incredible to get a draw in this game. If we score first, then I think we might have more chance of winning. So for me, first goal vital. First goal vital, because first goal vital for us, more than maybe you guys, is that I know your crowd and the energy in that place will be bouncing. And then the pressure will be on the referee. And if Ugarte starts, Ugarte still hasn't, yeah? Ugarte hasn't, he needs to understand, you know, when you move to, especially when you're a midfielder, kind of tenacious midfielder like him, you have to learn the referees, what the culture of the referees, how they referee. Against Barnsley, he was giving loads. Honestly, he committed about, like, just in the first half, about 5 or 6 fouls. Like in the Prem, you do that twice or 3 times, you get a warning, or by the second, you get a yellow card. So he has to understand and learn that he can't rush in, he can't dive in, he can't, like. So for me, I'm a bit worried about that. And you heard it here first. That could be like a second, you know. And we're already seeing the referees what they've been doing, dashing red cards like it's pasta, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's been crazy what's been happening in the Premier League. So I'm a bit worried about that. I'm genuinely worried about that. And we've got a record there where second yellows or yellow craziness that happens between Palace and Manchester United. So I hope that the referee is sensible enough to keep, 11 against 11, like whether it's Palace players or whatever. Because I don't think there's that bad blood between the two clubs. I don't really see that. Like, we're not Brighton, you know what I mean? You're not Liverpool, you know what I mean? There just isn't. But I just don't want red cards. I want whoever wins fair and square. I don't want the referee to be the talking point. But if you score first, we're in trouble, because psychologically we're still weak. Mentally we're weak. And this manager, another thing as well, if you're peppering us, let's say one side, he won't change it. He'll just watch. Because no, I've never known a manager. So the manager that we have, just to let Palace fans know, the manager we have is one of the weirdest managers in the history of football. There'll be no other manager like him. He believes he has to have specific players playing for his football to work. Then the demands that he puts on, individual demands that he puts on players is incredible. Not as a team, just by his tactics. So when we play games, I'm almost like, shit, we're already beaten. But I think you'll come out the blocks because you know what happened, what you did to us last season. Can we ride out that half an hour like we did with Southampton? Can we ride it out? Can we ride that out, or will you score in that half an hour? Because as an away, you know, as a home team, you will have moments in the football game where you are dominant. But can we shut you out in the best moments, whether it's the first half an hour, whether it's the last half an hour of the game, or whether it's 15 minutes either way, either half? That's where the football is about to me. But I expect you guys to come out the trap. I expect your manager to have prepared, to have watched the Liverpool game, to have seen that the traps that the Liverpool set for us with a 3-6-1 kind of thing. So the most important thing tomorrow is, are we playing with a double pivot, or is he going with this 3-6-1 BS? If he goes with a 3-1-6 business, then you guys, if you set the traps right, you're going to beat us.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. But listen, big up to Nuruddin for jumping on. Listen, guys, make sure you go and check out United Real Therapy.
100%.
Great channel. Keeps it real.
I need to have you on the match reaction, man. I'll be probably doing it on Saturday night. So let me know what time you're free. If you're free, right?
Saturday night, yeah, should be good. Yeah, should be good. I'll message you anyway. Yeah, I'll message you.
But if not, on a Sunday, and also, let me know when yours is, so I'll jump back on.
Sweet. All right, brother.
Big up. Listen, those of you, all of you's going to the game, or you doing a watch along on the channel?
Both. We're doing both.
Half are going to the game, half are doing a watch along.
Yeah, man. Big up. If I was going away, I would have found you, Rich. But nah, I can't. You know, it's a journey, bro. When you get beat in London, coming back on that coach, bro. Especially, I don't drink in it. I'm herbal teetotal in it, so like.
Hey, Nuruddin, it's long when you have to go to Manchester and get slapped. Trust me, we know all about it. Going to United and City back to back and getting slapped. What was it? 4-5-0 in both games? Yeah, we know all about it. Trust me.
Yo, that journey back, bro. That journey. It's mad.
Yeah, it's long. It's long.
But love to you people. Yeah, people, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Yo, I'm just love that. I remember the growth of this channel from day dot. So big up to all you people, man. Like, I genuinely say that, like teams like Palace, fans like you like yourselves are like the real football fans. It's easy to go and support Manchester United, right? For the casuals, innit? I'm not a casual. It's just the club that was embedded into me from a young age, you know what I mean? I happen to be from around here, but do you know what I mean? Like, any of you guys could have supported Chelsea, Arsenal, you know what I mean? I don't say Spurs, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you could have supported any other clubs, but you know what? You love your team, man. And that, to me, tells me a lot about, like, what you guys are and South London, innit? To be fair, I do love that ground, you know what I mean? I remember when Wimbledon used to play there as well, back in the day with a crazy gang, yeah. So it is what it is.
Love. For real. All right, Nuruddin.
Big up.
Come on, United!
Mate, how are you feeling now that you've obviously heard a United point of view to this game, and then we'll wrap up?
I'm actually dreading doing a watch along for it. I'm not going to lie, because the motivation to watch Palace, it's not there. Like, I was listening to the QPR game, obviously, on Tuesday night. Yeah, it weren't great.
No, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. Listen, I think all round we've just got to. We know how we can play, and if we do that, I think we can get a result. You know, if we play the way we played against Leicester, we're not getting anything. You know, but we can't take, as much as they may have like defensive frailties at times, more so through their midfield shape. So I think the four that they've got at the back at the moment, I think they're doing well. It's more so the issues are in their midfield. But then we can't forget that going forward, like Ahmed Diallo right now is moving mad. And obviously Rashford is in goal scoring form as well. As much as Xerxes may not, I think he's got the one goal against Fulham so far, but the way he links everything at the moment looks good. So we have to be at it.
The thing is
really
with Xerxes though is he's I think we actually had a look at it. He's got like one of the most XGs in the whole of the Premier League. Like he's always in the right place at the right time. He's just not putting the ball in the back of the net. He's got he makes incredible chances for himself, just can't put it away. And I just think that it's going to be so ironic that the one time he can actually find it right net is against us.
Yeah.
Probably.
So we've got to be at our best, obviously. But at the same time, you know how it is under the lights at Selhurst Park. When it gets rocking, it's difficult for any team to come to us. So we won't do our score predictions. We'll leave that for Discord. We will leave that to Discord. And guys, we've hit over the hour mark, so we're going to wrap it up there. Just a bit of an update as to what's coming up. So yes, we're going to have a watch on tomorrow. We will have fan cams as well. So big up to Nate for being able to do the watch on tomorrow. Myself, JC, and Dan will be at the game. You are at the game.
Is Mickey going to do the watch along with you?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be at work. Sunday, I'm going to do a WSL watch along. Actually, it's our first game in the WSL, so I'm going to cover that. So that may or may not impact on whether or not a match reaction happens for the United game. So we'll let you know about that as well. But other than that, Monday will be WSL/Academy Lowdown. Tuesday, Tacti Eagles back on a Tuesday, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely, back on a Tuesday and back to our regular scheduling. Big up to everyone in the chat. Sorry we didn't get to go through all of the comments. It was a very lengthy discussion. But we want to thank, is it Rijul? Apologies if I haven't got your name right. Thanks for obviously tuning in. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan, so all the best for the rest of the season minus tomorrow, by the way. and when we play at Old Trafford and stuff. Big up Mitch. We'll be obviously having a look at, what's his name? Malcolm. Hopefully he plays this weekend. A big up Bargav as well. Obviously an Arsenal fan wanting United to lose. Anything else to say, guys?
Up a bloody Palace.
Eagles!
Eagles!